In this video, I'll talk about the content and structure of this course so that you know what to expect from it and plan your study. Firstly, you may be wondering if this course is right for you. Well, if you are just starting now with the Arduino and have little or no experience with electronics or programming and have an appetite for learning and experimentation, then this course is right for you. I published my first Arduino course back in 2014 and I called it Arduino Step by Step. Over 50,000 people signed up for that course and I spent a lot of time helping them in their Arduino adventures. And in the process, I learned a lot about how to best introduce the Arduino and the related concepts to newcomers. The Arduino is not one thing. It's a collection of software and hardware components and tools that works very well together. To understand the Arduino and to be able to make stuff, you need to understand these components. After publishing the original Arduino Step by Step and learning from it, I realized that I had to improve how I introduced the Arduino to new makers. So I created Arduino Step by Step Getting Started and its sibling course, Arduino Step by Step Getting Serious. In this slide, you can see the three parts of this course. Part 1 is about hardware, Part 2 is about software, and Part 3 is about experiments. In Arduino Step by Step Getting Started, the objective is not to race through the lectures. The objective is to learn enough about the Arduino hardware and software in the first two parts of the course to enjoy and maximize your learning in the third part. And to do this properly, you need a gentle yet detailed set of introductory lectures. In the first part, hardware, you learn everything you need to know about the Arduino Uno, the classic Arduino board you'll use in all experiments. You also learn about other Arduino boards and kits to gain a good sense of the entire Arduino hardware ecosystem. In the second part, programming, you learn everything you need to know about the Arduino programming language and the tool that you'll use to write, test and upload programs to your Arduino, which is the Arduino IDE. These lectures will help you understand all the sketches you'll see in the following experiments. In the third part of the course, you'll apply everything you learned in a series of hands-on experiments. The experiments will combine your Arduino, various peripherals, and small sketches. With each experiment, your knowledge and skill will increase. In the first part of the course, I took the necessary time to introduce the hardware that makes the Arduino so crucial for anyone interested in technology education. You learn about the Arduino Uno and its most important features. You'll also learn about other Arduinos to gain an understanding of the diversity of the Arduino system. You'll also learn about digital and analog input and output pins, communications protocols, pin headers and power. These topics cover knowledge you can reuse across any Arduino or non-Arduino board that may be more suitable for future projects. At the end of Part 2, you learn about prototyping, the tools you need and how to use them. The lectures in Part 2 are not about turning you into a professional electronics engineer, but about helping you get started. And it's much easier than you may think. Then comes the programming environment. The programming environment is the tool you use to write programs, which we refer to as sketches, that your Arduino executes. You'll learn about the Arduino IDE in detail so that you don't only become familiar with it immediately, but you can also use all of its functionality starting with your first sketch. I've included an entire section on the basics of the Arduino programming language. You learn the basics of the Arduino language and how to write sketches. I don't cover all of the details here, this would require a separate course, but by completing this section, you have the knowledge you need to go beyond the context of this course. In this section, you'll also learn about buttons, light-emitting diodes, resistors and potentiometers, perhaps the most often used components in Arduino-powered gadgets. Up to this point, you'll have learned about the Arduino, prototyping, the programming environment, and the Arduino programming language. Next, you consolidate all of this knowledge with the help of experiments. I'll show you how to use the Arduino Uno and sensors to detect visible light, ultraviolet light, and color. You learn about environment sensors from the most basic low-cost types to the more advanced and highly accurate ones. You learn to detect movement and orientation so that your gadgets know when they move. Then you learn how to detect moving objects and people and make your Arduino gadget capable of listening to the world around it. You'll also be able to make noise. And finally, you learn to use a liquid crystal display. But most importantly, you'll gain the skill of research to find the information you need for building gadgets, even if you didn't learn about it in this course. The most important outcome I help you gain from this course is the confidence of knowing that you can learn on your own and figure things out. By the time you finish this course, you'll be able to create environment monitors, self-driving robots, intruder alarms, and pulsating LED cubes. You'll also be well on your journey to learning more advanced Arduino topics, technologies, and techniques.